The narcissist and their silent treatment, another form of psychological manipulation so that the narcissist can gain control over you. This video is going to be about the silent treatment. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your support. If you are new to the channel, this channel is all about the narcissistic personality disorder. If you find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. The silent treatment is when a narcissist refuses to communicate with you or ignores you in some way because they feel contempt towards you. They feel that you are beneath them and not worthy of that communication, that two-way conversation to work through life events or situations or whatever's happening within the narcissist's minds. They will just shut down and not communicate with you. It's another form of manipulation, of psychological manipulation to gain power and control over you. As they have that sense of superiority, they believe they are special, they feel entitled to have their things their own way. They're not interested on the emotional or psychological effects it has over you. They're interested in getting their own way. The silent treatment is often done so that the narcissist can avoid taking responsibility for something, so that they can avoid that accountability within their own mind and pass the blame over to somebody else. People can have hurt feelings and can fall silent while they try and work out what's happening. A narcissist falls silent to get their own way. The silent treatment is a covert, passive-aggressive form of manipulation, which can last hours, days, weeks, months. With some, they can fall silent on you for years and then come back for the hoover. With a lot, when they fall silent on you, they've learned that eventually you go and beg and plead and try and make amends with them. So quite often when you go no contact with a narcissist, because they believe they are superior, the majority of them, especially if they've got other sources of supply, if they're getting attention elsewhere, the majority of them will leave you to it because they believe that you will at some point go chasing after them. It's only when they're not getting the attention elsewhere that they might then come to hoover you. With the silent treatment, we don't always understand why they've fallen silent on us, and because we've got that object consistency, we still care for them and we want to make amends with them and work out what's happening and open that two-way conversation, often leading us to chase them, because we feel if we were to fall silent on someone, it would be because someone has hurt our feelings in some way while we gather our thoughts and then go and approach that person to try and strike up the conversation. So when a narcissist falls silent on us, we then assume that we've done something to cause that. So we then look for excuses for their behaviour. We excuse their behaviour, we turn inwards, try and work out what we've done and try and make amends with them, giving the narcissist the power to control us through their silence. There's three main types of the silent treatment. There's the present silent treatment, where they can be in the same home, they can be in the same work building, they can be around you on a daily basis, and they will just not talk to you. They will seemingly be okay with all those around you, or they will be that grandiose, they will be over the top, showing affection to those people around you, especially when you've got the scapegoat and golden person dynamics. They will go all out to make one person the golden person. They will idolize that person. They will shower that person with the attention and they will ignore the scapegoat. And there's no fixed roles. It depends which one is meeting the narcissist's need at that time as to who the narcissist will class as the golden or the scapegoat. Within family dynamics, you can have one that is genuinely a scapegoat child and one that is more often than not the golden child. They can switch over roles depending on which the narcissist perceives to be meeting the narcissist's needs. Then you can have the absent silent treatment, where they do disappear on you, but you know where they are, or you can message them, you can call them, you can see that they've read the message, but they're just not willing to answer you back. And then you've got the ghosting, where they just fall off the face of the planet and you cannot get hold of them. You might potentially start reaching out to their friends and their family to see whether they're okay. Quite often the narcissist has set up some sort of smear campaign, and you reaching out to their friends and family plays right into the narcissist's hands that you are a stalker, or that you will not leave them alone. They will have some form of smear campaign going to match what the narcissist is telling people about you. So from your point of view, they've just disappeared and you're concerned and worried. Yet because you're trying to find out if they're okay because of what the narcissist has told other people, you to other people look like a stalker, which matches the narcissist's smear campaigns of the fact that they'll be telling people you're crazy. And if you have been around a narcissist for a long period of time, you're most likely suffering with things like anxiety. You might be isolated from people. The narcissist will have isolated you from people. I'll have the video for isolation up here. So it plays into all the narcissist games and often isolates you further from support, and often leaves you feeling like you are the one in need of help. And we are all in need of help in one form or another, but our need of help is to get away from the very person that's creating the life for us, that's making us need that help. We need to gain that understanding. We need to help ourselves. We need to save ourselves and be around those people that want to support us and not bring us down. A narcissist often has some form of insecurity within themselves, and to make themselves feel better, they have to pull other people down. With that envy, they have to destroy other people to feel better within themselves. There's nothing that you did to cause it. There's nothing you can do to change it. The only thing you can do is leave them to go and live their life while you go and live your life. A narcissist often does the silent treatment because it plays into their hands very nicely, and we're often left feeling confused, feeling hurt, feeling angry, feeling irritated, feeling isolated, feeling lonely, feeling depressed, feeling insecure, feeling concerned and full of self-doubt. There's several reasons why a narcissist will fall silent. One is because they perceive they're losing control over you. Two, because they've not managed to take down one of your boundaries. They're not getting their own way, so they're going to fall silent on you to set the stage, to create that environment so that you give in. When you give in, they will then idolize you and support you in some way, so you believe it to be your fault for not giving them what they needed. And if only you give them what they want, they will then treat you correctly in return. And it is very confusing, because it's a narcissist gives in order to receive, whereas most people give in order to give, to be kind. Yes, you do receive something back in return, but it's not done in a manipulative manner. A narcissist wants to pull down your boundaries so that they have control over you. When you're giving, you're not giving to control somebody. You're often giving out of the goodness of your own heart because you would like someone to treat you that way. A narcissist isn't interested in how you feel. They lack the empathy to care. They're interested in getting their own needs met. They might fall silent if they feel criticised in some way, and this can be a complete random criticism. There might be something that's happened within the narcissist's life that you know nothing about, that it wasn't meant as a criticism, but if the narcissist perceives something as a criticism because of their belief that they are special, if that questions that belief within them, they will fall silent. If they've done something to hurt you and you have facts and you have evidence and you go to show them, this questions their entitlement, that they're allowed to do as they please. Therefore, they will fall silent on you in order to punish you, because to them, they believe you've gone against them as a person by getting that evidence. They believe you've been sneaky. They don't see the fact that what they did was wrong and that's how you've got that evidence. They see it as you are untrustworthy, that you've gone against them as a person, that you don't care for them. So they take that as a criticism and will fall silent on you. If you ask them a simple question over something that they don't want to acknowledge, or they don't want to talk about, or they feel is insignificant and something that you should just sort out, and you know full well if you sort it out, whatever way you sort it is going to be wrong, so you think, oh, just ask them and get that. They train you up to walk on eggshells, they train you up to form to their behaviour. So you then go and ask them for clarity, and if they think that that task is beneath them, if they think that you should just go and sort it out, they will fall silent on you. Again, with the questions, you can just ask them a simple question where a narcissist believes you've questioned their authority, you've questioned their control, and it can be something simple like, what would they like for dinner? And because the narcissist expects you to just know, yet if you make them dinner and it's the wrong dinner, then they're going to chuck it in the bin. So you go and question them, and to a narcissist, you question their authority. If they're busy with something else, you've questioned the fact that you've taken that time that they're entitled to answer what is a relatively normal question to you, what would you like for dinner? But to a narcissist, you've questioned their entitlement to do what they want. And if they feel like they're losing control over you, it is to bait you into reacting, into defending yourself, into explaining yourself, into begging, pleading, chasing them, to get you to apologise, to get you to feel guilty, to get you to break down your boundaries and do something to make it up to them for things that you haven't even done. The silent treatment causes psychological pain, and it can, over a prolonged period of time, begin to affect our memory. It affects our emotions. We can begin to blame ourselves. We can become anxious. We can become frustrated. We start living on edge. We can start making excuses for their toxic behaviour. As a narcissist will project their behaviour onto us, as they will blame shift, as they will call us crazy when we are already feeling confused. We can then feel invalidated, we can feel powerless, we can feel invisible, we can feel intimidated, we can feel guilty, we can feel hurt, we can feel lonely, we can feel depressed. And we can feel insignificant. When a narcissist is also gaslighting you into things like, that didn't happen, so that you're constantly questioning your memory, when they are gaslighting you and saying that you're being oversensitive, you're overreacting, so that you're questioning your emotions constantly questioning yourself and who you are as a person. With all the different manipulation methods a narcissist uses, the silent treatment is almost like reinforcement that you are beneath them to a narcissist, but it also reinforces those anxious feelings within us. So we're constantly trying to up our game, to give them attention, to give them time, to please them, to avoid receiving the silent treatment. It's human nature to communicate with other people, and it's extremely painful when the person who's supposed to love and care about you will no longer communicate with you. There is a big difference between the silent treatment and no contact. The silent treatment is to cause you psychological pain, to break down your boundaries so that the narcissist can regain control over you, so that they can meet a need of their own through you, so that they can exploit you in some way. No contact is not to exploit a narcissist. No contact is to allow the narcissist to go and live their life. No contact is to set the narcissist free while you set yourself free. It is not to pull them back in. It is not to get them to beg, plead, apologise to you. No contact is to set them free and set yourself free. It is only manipulative if you're trying to control the person. You're not trying to control the person. You are trying to take control back of your life by no longer having someone in your life that's willing to destroy your life. Because those who are willing to destroy you are not for you. People that lift you up, as you treat other people, those are the kinds of people you want within your life. You wouldn't treat someone the way a narcissist treats you, so those are not the people that you want in your life. How to handle a silent treatment if you cannot go no contact. 1, remember the problem is not within you, it is within them. If you've not done something to hurt someone else's feelings, that is on them. If you know you've purposely gone out and done something to hurt someone else's feelings, they're hurt and they've fallen silent. If you've not done something that could hurt their feelings, they're throwing a tantrum to get their own way. 2, remember you do not need approval from other people. You need approval of yourself. So ask yourself, did I make sense when I asked them that question? Yes. Have I done something to hurt them? No. Have they done something to hurt me? Have they lied to me and I found out about it, so now they're ignoring me? Yes. Realistically, they lied to me, therefore they shouldn't now be falling silent on me. They're trying to manipulate me. Look at the full story. Look at the full picture. Have they asked me to break down one of my boundaries? Yes. Did I say no? Yes. Have they now fallen silent on me to take down that boundary? Yes. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the lead up. Look at what the narcissist is trying to distract you from to get control to meet a need of their own. 3, the whole observe, don't absorb. So stand back and watch the situation in its entirety. It's very difficult when you are living it and don't understand it, because you can't see the patterns of behaviour, you can't see what they're doing. But once you're learning the terminology, once you're learning the things that they are trying to do to you, you can begin to recognise the game that they are playing, and therefore you can then observe the game and step away from the game. When we don't know it, we absorb it, we accept fault for things that aren't even our fault, we apologise to them for things we haven't even done, we break down our boundaries to constantly try and please them, believing we've done something to upset them when we haven't. When we do understand a narcissist and how they are about control and how they are envious of other people and how they exploit other people and how they lack the empathy to care, how they triangulate other people, when we learn what they are doing with the blame shifting and the projection and the silent treatments, we can recognise and observe the game they're playing and no longer fall into the trap of playing the game with them. 4, if someone wants to be silent and you know you've not done anything, let them be silent. They have every right to be silent if that's what they want to do. Try. And 5, use that time to take care of yourself, to focus on you, once you've worked out why they've fallen silent and that it's not you, don't look for excuses, don't look to blame yourself. Remember the situation in its entirety. Once you've learned the patterns of behaviour and realise it's not you, self-care. Use their silence to take care of yourself, to get that break, to clear your mind of everything that they are putting you through, they kind of brainwash you, so to clear your headspace so that you can begin to think clearly. Writing down events so that if they do reappear, you have got a record that you can fall back on to, yes, actually that did happen, that they're telling me not. They are gaslighting me. 6, do not chase them. The more you chase them, the more they will fall silent, because the more they believe they've got control over us. So when you chase them and make it up to them, they will fall silent on you again at some point, because they know that passive aggressive covert behaviour works. And it is covert because when we don't understand it, it's hidden. We don't see what's happening, because we can fall silent if our feelings are hurt. We accept it as normal when it is not normal. People who want to hurt your feelings on purpose, they are the ones at fault. We may accidentally hurt someone's feelings, but we would recognise what we did. We wouldn't be sat there questioning ourselves, looking for reasons, looking for excuses. You wouldn't need to look for them because you would know that the narcissist is wanting you to look for them and to make them up to them. Don't ask the narcissist for answers. They're not going to tell you what you want to hear, only if they are future faking to pull you back in, and then they'll not deliver. So do not go looking to the narcissist for answers. You give yourself the answers. You give yourself the closure. A narcissist is only going to try and trigger more emotions, more anger, more resentment within you. Let go of those emotions. Do not give them to the narcissist. When you give those emotions to the narcissist, when you ask the narcissist those questions, you are giving them power and control. Yes, normally in a healthy relationship where people care for each other's feelings, you can have those two-way conversations and come to a mutual understanding. A narcissist isn't interested in understanding you. They are interested in getting their own needs met. They are only interested in understanding the parts of you that they can exploit within you. Don't react, because once we react, the narcissist has what they want, and they can use that reaction within the smear campaigns. They can use it for the Hoover. They can use it. They always manage to twist it round to their advantage. Whatever situation a narcissist is in, when we don't understand what they are doing, they will twist and turn and manipulate it to their advantage. If at all possible, go no contact. If you can't go no contact, limited contact and grey rock. And keep practicing until you get grey rock. Keep practicing, keep working on your emotions, keep listening to what your emotions are telling you as a person. Don't ask other people what they are telling you. Start learning to tune into yourself and ask yourself what they are telling you, so that you can take action on your own emotions, so that you can learn to tune into your instincts, listen to those instincts and take action on those instincts, and not to what manipulative people are telling you. When you are talking to someone who cares about you, it will make a lot more sense. When you are talking to a narcissist, you are often left questioning yourself all the more. If anyone has any advice on how they handled the silent treatment, or any silent treatments they received that others might not be aware of that will have received that silent treatment, because it is all about building a community so that we do get that understanding from each other. So please drop those into the comments. I shall add into the description the video on the passive aggressive behaviours, because the silent treatments becomes the sulks, and that's a whole other subject. So I shall add in the description the video on the narcissist passive aggressive behaviour. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope everyone has a lovely day. Bye.